Hello my friends, welcome to another episode of Diablo 3. My name is Wilfred. So I've always been wanted to try out among the new set especially, and in this season 24 I get to have a taste of it, and because I will be transitioning into the inner sets, this season is probably one of the strongest. So I thought I would make a video for Patterns of Justice before I've moved on to the next set item. Alright, now, so in this video, I'll do three things for you guys. First of all, is just to quickly explain the ability or skills that I've picked for this build, which is kind of vanilla. A lot of build does that. Then I would have a gameplay, just do GL90, because I think 90 is a good range. The fact that I haven't really geared this character too much, and also 90 is the one that you get the most loot anyway. Anything beyond that is really just for Paragon points. And last but not least, the third part of the video is go through the gears that I've got. So in this build, it is a Patterns of Justice with the Captain Crimson set, two sets together. And also I am having 6 passive because I've got 1 passive from the amulet, the Hellfire amulet, and also the Ethereal has passive as well. So it's kind of interesting. 6 passive, 2 set items, and yep, here you go. Now, to talk about the build itself, is very vanilla. Basically, it's Tempest Rush, which is just channeling the Tempest Rush, and then the really big payoff, right, is that when you release the Tempest Rush on the rune, because that will cast an Ice Blast to all the enemy within, and you can see that as you channel, there's something called it has a cumulative damage as well. So you can accumulate the damage and after that release as a whole damage, and that is like a boss killer. When I go to Glitter with my friends, I'll just channel, and then the boss appear, and I'll just I'll blind the boss and then release the Tempest Rush, and that's it. I mean, the boss is dead. So it's very, very effective. I'll demonstrate it in just a bit. I've got the Blinding Flash as well. I mean, it is a pretty good crowd control, and it works pretty well with Tempest Rush as well, with some of the gear that you see in just a bit. Sweeping Wind is interesting because of the set I've got. It does have all the runes I have, and the real payoff is when you have 3 stacks of Sweeping Wind. Then you can continue to sort of like deal higher damage, and also you gain a spirit per second as well. So that is pretty cool stuff. I've got. I've also have the Epiphany. I think a lot of monks build have it. It's good because it does have the reduction of damage taken by 50% while the Epiphany is on. So that is really cool stuff. Serenity, it is more like an emergency button, very much like Spirit Walk of the Witch Doctor, just for me to get totally immune for any damage against me. It's very effective against things like the arcane kind of like sentry, or some stupid nonsense like poison or whatever that you have to go in and go for the kill. Mantra of Salvation, I think a lot of monks build have it as well. Pop it when you feel that there's a need to increase the resistance and dodge chance. But passive wise, it's kind of impressive. I've got Seize the Initiative. Any damage above 25% life, increase my attack speed by 30% for 4 seconds. So it's a perpetually kind of like hit really fast. Beacon of Yitar, reduce cooldown by 20%. That works for Epiphany, that works for the Serenity as well. And also Blinding Flash. I've got Harmony. I think all the monks will have it because you don't have to get the all resist. You just need to get elemental resist and add them up 40%, and there you go. Be happy. Guardian's Path is good because I'm dual wielding, so I've gained the ability to dodge, more ability to dodge incoming attack. And so on. Now, on top of that, I also have the Relentless Assault from the Ethereal, which is still 20% more damage to enemy that are blind or frozen. And also, I've got the one of the other things, Transcendence as well. So basically, spending Spirit heal me for life as well. So I spend Spirit while I'm channeling Tempest Rush. So there's a constant kind of like healing on me, on top of the 4 passive I have. So I have 6 passive. That's pretty happy. Like I said, I'll talk about the gear a little bit. So I'll play a little bit of this game, just GR90, nothing too dramatic because I haven't re-geared this guy. What you need to pay attention to is just when do I release the Tempest Rush, when do I blind, and when do I have the Sweeping Wind as well. Alright, here we go. So going into 90, because I'm still trying to gear up my dam, just empower the Rift. What the heck, I've got quite a lot of money. So the wind is on, and the Epiphany, I just need to, keep channeling it. I've got 3 stat anyway. So that's it, done. So I'm trying to get the so-called the Bane of Powerful. Yeah, so it's quite it can be quite fragile as well, depending on the enemy that you have. But I think by and large, it's not bad. Not bad. Just release the Tempest Rush as per required. So I've got the Epiphany as well. The 3 stat of the Sweeping Wind. Just hunting for the next elite, I would say. Okay, and Serenity. Wait until the wait until the shield is down for the enemy, and I'll just go for the kill. So yeah, there you go, another one. Done. It's very effective. It just steals time. Unlike the other build like the Whirlwind build or the Demon Hunter GOD build, the main power is not really on channeling itself, but it's really on the release of the channeling. So it's a little bit different, a little bit fun to play as well. Just to make sure that I've got the win on. It's not the best map, but to demonstrate what this build can do. Alright, cool. Done. Just keep going. Just keep going. Yeah, all these maps are not that fantastic, by the way. Done. Very effective, right? I mean, if you release it at the right moment, it's done. I mean, I know that this season is really about the inner build, but then, I mean, even the non-inner is kind of like fun as well. I mean, I like this build, but unfortunately, I mean, it is just not as strong as the inner, I think. So I may just go for the inner and give it a try and see how it goes. Yeah, and done, right? I mean, as you can see, it's pretty cool. I mean, I can do much better usually, but these maps are not that not that good, I would say. Yeah, these are all dead ends, yeah. But you get the idea. I mean, just keep the wind on. Release the Tempest Rush as you can. Do Serenity if you feel that it's a little bit tricky. If not, then try to get the mantra kind of on to keep yourself alive. But yeah, that's about it. Yeah. There's a shield going on, so it's a bit annoying. Yep, done. Alright, this map should be better. It's just that sometimes I don't really get to, it doesn't do Tempest Rush even if I hold the shift key and the force move, so it's a bit annoying. Yep, that's done. Yeah, just constantly release as and when I feel like it. And then keep channeling this guy. And then, yeah, that's it. Just one shot. Simple, straightforward. Alright, so in the next bit of the video, I'm going to talk a little bit about the gear itself. to give you an idea how to make this really work. Let me just get the gem upgraded. Cool. Now let me just quickly go back to where I am to get it close. Now to make this work is very straightforward. I would say, and by the way, I've done much better in the past for the achievement point of view. I think I've got it. Let me just make sure that I can't know what I'm talking about here. Greater width. I've done like a 90. I can't remember where it is. Basically, I've done a 90 on the on a much faster pace. But anyway, the map wasn't that great, so not a very good presentation of where it is. But from a gear wise, is the patterns of justice. Getting a full set. You can do it without a feat. I found that crafting Captain Crimson feat item is much easier than getting a leg item that is good, because sometimes when I craft, it just have one slot in one gem slot instead of two, and it gets pretty annoying. So it's much easier to get the Captain Crimson on the leg and on the belt as well. I use the Hellfire Ring. Now, if you are very confident over your character, you can use a Skirt Necklace, right? Because that will give you a massive kind of like increase in the damage. But the only downside of it is that whenever you take damage, you take double as well. So if you feel that you are okay with the with your character and don't feel like fragile, you can do a Skirt. But I like Hellfire, because Hellfire does give me another passive that I could use as well. Totally your choice. In terms of bracer wise, you could use the Caesar's memento, which is to increase the Tempest Rush for 5 seconds after you hit enemy with blind, which is kind of often if you kind of pop it from time to time, especially against the elites as well. Now, I would recommend 2 rings. These are pretty much standard ring as well, which is the Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac, as well as the Convention of Element. The good thing about this build is, if you want to time it, right, time it at a cold cycle. But sometimes it's just because for monk, there are like so many cycles. You have fire, you have like holy, you have the physical, and you have ice, right? I think it's physical, yeah. So and you have the air, and then you have ice. So there's just too many rotation. If you could time it to pop your Tempest Rush, release the Tempest Rush, kind of like Ice Blast at the ice cycle, all the best for you. If not, then just whatever it is. Now, the Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac is interesting here. Of course, the more ability you are on cooldown, the less chance the ability will get off cooldown, because you got too many kind of like things on cooldown. So my suggestion is that don't just pop everything, because I think a lot of people just use macro and pop everything like Epiphany, Serenity, Blind, and what have you. My suggestion is this. Epiphany should be one of your priority, because it does give you the 50% damage reduction, which is good. Pop Serenity only when you need to. Like, for example, you get a group of mobs around you, and you've got all the nonsense around you, be as poison, be as lightning, be as arcane sentry. Then you pop the Serenity for the 4 second, go in, do a little bit of Tempest Rush, blind, and then do a kind of like a release the Tempest Rush, do a big damage, Do that if you feel that you need the 4 second. But if you don't feel that you need that, just don't burn it, because you rather have the cooldown reduction than land on the Epiphany as well. Blind is interesting. You could potentially, I would do a blind before I release the Tempest Rush to give you the kind of big kind of attack. I would not just keep popping like a blinding flash as and when I want to. And same goes to Salvation as well, because this is something that I'll do it when I need to. But of course, that doesn't trigger a cooldown, but it does consume spirit as well. So as and when you feel you need to, then pop it. It's a bit of management over that side. As for the weapon wise, if you are playing the season, then you would like to go for it Ethereal. Now this is not the greatest of all, because this one is just to reduce the damage by 25%, which is by far less ideal than some of those that increase the DPS. And look at the last kind of like blue affix. That's what I meant. As for Ethereal, Ethereal is fantastic. If you grab one, just use it. Even if those stats may not be totally relevant to you, like the orange text. If it is relevant, all is better. But sometimes it's just not relevant. Then you just have to make do with what you have. But this one is acceptable, I would say. It gives me the Tempest Rush increase of damage when I hit 3 or fewer enemies. I also gain 100% crit chance when I do that. So it is a very good kind of like you face off some elites, whereby just a few of them, and also if you face off like Guardian, it is fantastic, 100% crit hit chance. Another one that I'll do is Wound Kim Lao, which is to when I hit with Tempest Rush, activate Cyclone Strike. Cyclone Strike is not that cool, it's just to suck the enemy curious you. But the cool thing about it is that both skill will deal increased damage as such. So that is pretty cool stuff. Gem wise, I will go for the Teguk, because that is channeling power. I'll go for the Bane of Trap, like any other build in Diablo 3. A lot of them are using the Bane of the Trap. I would recommend Bane of the Powerful, unless you are really like how should I say, at a very high rift, whereby you need the Bane of the Stricken to continue hitting the Guardian to build up the Stricken kind of like a buff. Then you release the Tempest Rush to give the big kind of like damage, because a lot of time I just blind and release and the Guardian is dead. So I would just go for Bane of the Powerful. The cube wise, just want to talk a little bit about the cube itself. If you are not having this particular kind of orange text, whereby the damage of Tempest Rush increased by whatever percentage when I hit fewer enemies, then Flying Dragon is good, because I have a chance to double my attack speed when I'm attacking, which is always good. Mental of Channeling is good as well, because I channel the Tempest Rush, and they give me the increased damage as well as the take reduced damage. And Ring of the Royal Grandeur is a must for this build as well. Now, what other option you have when it comes to this like armor itself? Another one is that you could use this one as well, because you do have the Cyclone Strike because it's being activated. So there's one option there. But I would really think that Mental or Channeling is probably what you want. Yeah, so that's one over there. As for the weapon itself, I think the Flying Dragon is pretty good. If don't have this Ethereal affects, then the balance will be good as well, because you when you hit, basically it's just for you to deal with the Guardian one single boss. So balance is kind of good as well, unless you have this Ethereal or some kind of like fixes over there. Now, if you are non-seasoned, then I would say that another kind of item that you could look into is the Shenlong's kind of like set as well, if you are to play non-season, because you have no Ethereal, and I mean, that could be one option, I guess. I mean, you probably need to experiment a little bit on what you need to do, but I kind of like this setup. The Wong Kim Lao, as well as the one of the Ethereal kind of weapon. If not, then I don't know, maybe a pick sticker is also another option as well. It does have a lot of fixes. So yeah, thank you for watching. As you can see, this build is still work in progress. A lot of those gems are still not quite there, and except this one here. So I don't know, I may continue playing this build. I may go over the inner build as like everybody else playing Monk these days. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Good luck with the Diablo journey on season 24. Bye.